Shall we go to the next? The next is the one is the in another category. It's the best veterinary practitioner award. This year we decide two winners because it is very difficult to decide who will be the winners because they are really very well performance, and of course you will know him and her more after the presentation why she received the award today. So may I invite our the best veterinary practitioner award for the Asian Animal Health 2024, Dr. Dedi Frashraddin Kurniawan, right? Yes, please come to the stage. Actually, I would like to give a little bit introduce you to the floor that you are the dairy cattle farmers, consultant and veterinary clinic practitioner, and he's not the no ordinary dairy cattle farmer. He is the CEO of the Dairy Pro Indonesia, a dairy veterinary practitioner and dairy farming consultant group, and own a vet practice clinic called D Clinic. So please know him more from his presentation. Yes, the floor is yours. Maybe can I ask around 15 minutes? Is this okay?
10 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Professor Arcadia. Good evening, everybody. I would like to ask for your attention for another 10 minutes, and I won't take your time. I just want to give you a quick explanation about what I'm doing in Indonesia. Okay, my name is Dedi Fakhruddin Kurniawan. I'm Indonesian originally. But before I introduce you my activity, I would like to introduce you myself. That I'm a dairy farmer, actually. I'm also a vet practitioner. Our group called Dairy Pro Indonesia is a group of professionals and practitioners with focusing on dairy and vet practitioners. So we are creating a groups that now we're running like six businesses in our groups. So we have some dairy farms and feedlot farms. This is the dairy farm one of the dairy farm we have in Indonesia. We have a Wagyu farm as well. In other places, we have 5 vet clinics in the region as well, and also we are consulting some commercial dairy farms. And all of the dairy farm that we build has the same concept. So what we do is we create a dairy farms and we build a milk processing factory at the same place with the dairy farm. So we just make everything so close to each other, and we make the dairy farm as a market. So we develop 12 dairy farm with the same concept throughout Indonesia with the same concept. So we keep the dairy farm, the dairy cows in the same place. We build the dairy factory at the same place, and then we open for public. So we sell the milk in the same place. So we don't sell the milk anywhere else. Right. Even though most of the farmers has a quite big area, anywhere from 4 to 8 hectares. So sometimes we use that place for veterinarian gathering. This is one of the gathering that we have last year of the Indonesian Veterinary Medical Association anniversary. And we also have another business that we call Dairy Pro Institute. It's a training center. So we also create our dairy farms throughout Indonesia with the same concept as well as the training center. So we invite the farmers, the professionals, or the veterinarian to come to our place, have a training, and we also creating an app, what we call Farmina. It's a farm management online seminar. So we create a lot of free seminar that the farmers and the professionals can learn online with this app. We also creating some what you call it, it's like another company, what we call VIP. It's a veterinary indie publishing. So we ask for the practitioners and colleagues to come together creating books. It's a practical book. So I think so far we've been introduced over 12 books probably for the last 5 years. And all of these books are written by a veterinarian. And it's become one of the most important guidance for the farmers and for the veterinarians. Actually, all of the story that I've been telling you has been done for the last 12 years, but I've been a veterinarian for 22 years. But I spent the first 10 years of my career overseas before I decided to come to Indonesia 12 years ago. I spent a couple years in New Zealand, Pakistan, and Australia. And then since I came back to Indonesia, we started the dairy farm, we started Dairy Pro, and our groups. And currently, I was appointed as the East Java region, Chief of East Java region of the IVMA, of Indonesian Veterinary Medical Association, and the Vice President of the Indonesian Bovine Practitioners Association of Indonesia. So this is the introduction. So I'm telling you now about the dairy cattle. Why is it important? Why I'm focusing on dairy cattle of Indonesia? Because the Indonesian position, the cattle roles in Indonesia is very important. We are rely on cattle for the proteins source. We have very big numbers of imports, almost 1 billion of each milk and dairy, meat and milk to Indonesia. So actually, it's a big thing for Indonesian. It's very important for Indonesian, especially when a lot of a lot of experts say in 2045, we will have a demographic bonus. Most of our people of Indonesia will be productive people in 2045. And we believe that at that place, at that time, we will need a lot of proteins. So that's why it's very important for us to make sure that our cattle is enough to feed all of our people. The problem is we don't have enough people to support this business, to support this industry. We don't have enough veterinarians that focusing on this sector. So, and what we believe in Indonesia is the vet role is, we have a slogan like this. It's called Manusia Mriga Satwa Sewaka. It means veterinary for humanity. We believe that as a veterinarian, our focusing is still on human, but throughout the animal's welfare. So that's why we are doing so many things to do this. Because I'm focusing on dairy cattle, I'm focusing on beef cattle as well. So we're creating a lot of cooperation with stakeholders. This is the MOU signing between me as a veterinarian, IVMA on the region, with the chief of the Indonesian Dairy Cooperative Associations. So we have supervised about over 30 dairy cooperatives throughout Indonesia with probably 500,000 dairy cattle of the population that we supervise. So we're creating groups of the experts and our colleagues, veterinarian practitioners. We're creating these groups to support the farmers. I think we've been giving a free training. So the biggest activity of these groups is actually giving a free training to the farmers, free training to the practitioners, to the colleagues, and I think we've been done about over 200 free training for the last 4 years throughout Indonesia, and I'm quite happy with that because we've been doing everything with our support. But what happened when the FMD strikes? I'm not going to say about the FMD itself. It's Misawa Sensei has talked about the FMDs. I'm not talking about the diseases, but I will talk about what is our contribution for this kind of problem because in Indonesia, FMD is one of the most scary diseases that we know. I'm not sure about it in Japan, but Indonesia, we're so scary. We were so scared about these diseases because the dairy farmers is the most affected community. We lost over 30% of our milk productions. It's heaps. It's a big number. And as you know, in Indonesia structure, 80 to 85% of Indonesian dairy farm is a smallholder farmers, 1 to 5 each farmer. 10% is a big farm, like over 1,000 farms. And probably just 10 to 5% probably is a middle farmer. So with FMDs, we might be able to lose a lot of milk and a lot of farmers. So that's why the government's creating a lot of things. And also, this graph will show you that most of the dairy cattle population is in my region, which is in East Java. So it's very important for me to make like a movement for every stakeholders, veterinarian governments or veterinarian students to do something big to handle these FMDs. The government creating this website, so this is the figure that we've got last night about what happened in Indonesia FMDs. It's been updated last night. We have 620,000 cattle affected by FMDs. We have 11,000 deaths. What I call death is recorded death. We don't really know how many which is unrecorded. This is the recorded one. So this is why it's very important for us to contribute something because of these diseases. So what we do is the Indonesian Bovine Practitioners Association creating a committee. And I was appointed as the leaders of the committee. So they asked me what to do with this FMD's outbreak of Indonesia because we haven't got this outbreak for the last 30 years. So it's not easy for us. Luckily, I was living in Pakistan for 2 years. I lived with FMDs when I was in Pakistan. So I do exactly quite similar what we do in Pakistan. So what I did was when I was appointed as a FMD committee leaders, FMDs. So this is what we do. So we ask for a lot of experts, academic, government people, senior practitioners, pharmacists probably. We invite them together as a group. We're creating a group of experts, and we discuss a lot of things, and we build an SOPs. So we build a lot of procedures, a lot of standard procedures for Indonesian that become a main guideline for Indonesian FMD's handling system. So we're creating a lot of standard, and then we campaign. We ask for the vet student also make a campaign with us. We're creating a lot of, probably 600 more, over 600 students come with this campaign program with us. And also we give a massive public assistance to the farmers. This is one of the products of that committee. So we're creating a lot of standard operational procedures that been spread all over Indonesia and become the main guideline for Indonesian farmers and Indonesian practitioners. We're creating a lot of feed-free training every day for the whole year. So we have a groups of volunteer. So we ask for the practitioners and the student as a volunteer and using our guideline, a standard guideline, to make a campaign throughout Indonesia. This is what we do. We do it like every day for probably whole 6 months. So we're creating all of this program throughout Indonesia with a lot of condition. And we try to organize the university in our region to help the massive vaccination. Because we don't have enough veterinarian, we don't have enough officers throughout Indonesia. So we ask for the veterinarian student or the animal husbandry faculty throughout East Java to help the massive vaccination for the cattle. And it's still happening till today. So it's still happening till today. And after that, luckily, our governor gave us the award, another award last year, because of the FMD handling, what we've done last year. So we were very proud of that. And I think it's going to be inspiration for all of us, just like what Professor Bambang said, what you do today determine what happened tomorrow. So I think that's going to be, it's another story for us, that FMD is very important for us, so that's what we will do, what we have done in Indonesia, and I hope it's going to be very inspiring for all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dedi.